Hello everyone, this is Forrest Lycone here back with another video. It is 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, still June 18th, 2023. And in this video, I'll be going over the tropics and what is going on within the Atlantic, Eastern Pacific, and Central Pacific Ocean. And we are still talking about Invest 92L, and it is still developing and intensifying. And we do have another tropical wave, a tropical disturbance now listed from the National Hurricane Center as of 8 p.m. Eastern Time, June 18th, 2023. And that could develop, but has a low chance of developing within the next couple of days as of right now. But it is moving over some warm waters and it is falling behind Invest 92L, moving westward at around 15 to 20 miles per hour. So if you want to see more videos like this regarding the tropics and want to see if there's any developments expected within the next couple of days within the tropics, especially during this El Nino hurricane season, please subscribe to my channel. This is Forrest Lycone here back with another video, and let's get into the video. So this is the map from the National Weather Service. As you can see, there go Invest 92L. You have a tropical disturbance that just emerged off the west coast of Africa with a low chance of developing. I'll be showing you guys that later in the video, but we do have some tropical waves moving throughout, of course, the northern tip of South America, bringing some shower and thunderstorm activity, especially right now to Venezuela and Colombia. These countries right over here in South America. And as you can see, these tropical waves do not expect to develop. We do have one tropical disturbance in the Eastern Pacific. I'll be showing you guys that, but that is not expected to develop either. As you can see, these tropical waves that have just emerged off the Central American coastline, maybe the northern tip of South America, are moving into the Eastern Pacific. But as of right now, those are not expected to develop, as you can see right over here. And as you know, we do have MS 92L, and this is where it's supposed to be within the next day or so. This is you know another day. This is June 19th. This is the next day. As you can see right over here, we do have Invest 92L moving closer to the Leeward Islands. As you can see, most models are saying it could move throughout the Leeward Islands, moving into the Caribbean, losing strength, but still bringing some heavy rain and shower and thunderstorm activity to the Leeward Islands and the islands in the Caribbean. As you can see right over here, this is Invest 92L, soon to become red, maybe a tropical depression before that, but we do have those at Azores High right over here, kind of staring this hurricane. I mean, not hurricane, but this Invest 92L West, as you can see right over here. We do have that low pressure system that is expected to be right at the northwestern tip of South America, but that is not expected to develop as from the National Hurricane Center. As you can see right over here, we do have a couple tropical waves moving throughout the Eastern Pacific as of tomorrow, June 19th. This is the 48-hour track, as you can see right over here. And like I was talking about, we do have two disturbances, two areas to watch within the main development region in June. As you can see, typically in June, we do see developments within the Gulf of Mexico and the eastern coast of the United States, maybe some in the Caribbean, but it is very rare for to see development within June. And we could actually have our second name system in June throughout the main development region within the next couple of days. And it is because of those warm waters. Those warm waters are warm and very, very warm. Despite us having an El Nino hurricane season, we would see cooler waters throughout the Atlantic, but we are seeing some warm waters throughout the Atlantic, and that is going to produce some tropical development earlier than what is expected to be. So we do expect throughout the main development region, tropical developments to develop within the main development region, maybe in August, September, but we do not expect that to happen within June. So that is very, very rare, and it would be historic if that does develop within the main development region. Usually, as you can see right up here, we do see tropical developments within the Gulf of Mexico, maybe north of the Caribbean and the United States eastern coastline, as you can see right over here. This is from the National Hurricane Center as of 16 p.m. Eastern Time, June 18, 2023. And as you can see, there goes Invest 92L with a 90% chance of developing within the next 2 to 7 days, still moving westward at around 15 to 20 miles per hour across the central tropical Atlantic, with further development expected through the middle parts of this week. So as it moves west, we could see development expected to intensify as it moves throughout those warm bodies of water. And as you can see, we do have disturbance number 2 with only a 10% chance of developing within the next 2 days and a 20% chance of developing within the next 7 days. It is moving westward at around 15 miles per hour. It's still very, very disorganized. As you can see, it just moved off the western coast of Africa. And as you can see, we are seeing that rapid repeat, where we are seeing some storms pop up within the main development region in June. As you can see right up here, it is June 19th. This is what it looks like on a 2-day graphical outlook. You can see it is getting better organized. Most of that shower and thunderstorm activity is northwest of the system. South of the system, there still needs a little bit more work. But you can see that counterclockwise spin. You can see the southerlies right over here. We can see that north of the system is doing that counterclockwise spin. Well, most of the shower and thunderstorm activity is associated with this convection, as you can see right over here. And as you can see, we do have tropical disturbance number 2 just right behind it. And as of right now, there's no threat to anybody right over here. We are watching Invest 92L, which could move throughout the Leeward Islands, bringing some heavy rainfall, some gusty winds, and some storm surge, as you can see right over here. We do have some high seas forecasts issued by the National Weather Service. We have some gale warnings, as you can see, within this area. And we could see a tropical depression or tropical storm within the next day or so. So please watch out for this system. Please look over this system. I'm not saying it should affect anybody right now, but this is very, very historic. We could see a development within June throughout the main development region. We do not usually see developments within June. It's very, very rare. We did have 2 to 3 developments within June over the past couple years, but development in the main development region in June is kind of rare. And as you can see right over here, it is expected to intensify with a 90% chance of developing within the next 2 to 7 days. As we go back here, look at the 7-day graphical outlook, we do see these two areas that we are watching throughout the main development regions is expected to move west due to the high pressure system that Azores High situated right over here within this area. And we can see a tropical depression, not tropical depression, but a disturbance number 2 with a 20% chance of developing within the next 7 days is expected to move westward at about 15 miles per hour. So it is moving at a good rate. But as you can see right over here, this is not expected to affect anybody as of right now. It is kind of southeast of the Azores Islands right over here. I mean, the Cabo Verde Islands, as you can see right over here. And as you can see, the 2-day graphical outlook, as you can see, this system is very, very disorganized. For most of the shower and thunderstorm activity kind of southwest of the system. As you can see, it is not expected to develop within the next couple of days. It has just emerged off the west coast of Africa. And you can see most of the shower and thunderstorm activity is currently disorganized, and it is expected to become stay disorganized within the next couple hours or so, maybe even the next couple days. And we could see some slow development of this system possible later this week. As you can see, maybe mid this week, we could see some slow development, but we do not expect this to actually develop into a tropical depression or storm within the next couple days, as you can see right over here. And of course, the Eastern Pacific, we were watching that disturbance right over here, but we do have some cooler waters. It is expected to move into and some higher wind shear. So as you can see right over here, it has a low 10% chance of development within the next 2 to 7 days. And as you can see, it is moving west northwest into unfavorable environmental conditions due to that high wind shear and those cooler waters northwest of the system, where the system is expected to head into. So this disturbance was very, very long lived. We have this area disturbed weather has been here for about a week now and is not expected to develop. It hasn't even become a tropical depression yet, as you can see right over here. And as you look at the satellite imagery, this is Invest 92L. And as you can see, it is getting better organized. You can see those gray and purple areas popping up kind of northwest of the system, a center of the storm right over here, centered right around here. And as you can see, the system is getting better organized from the past couple hours, as you can see right over here. Most of the shower and thunderstorm activity developing within the northwestern quadrant of this system right over here, and expected to become a tropical depression within the next couple hours. I can't even say it. It can't become a tropical depression. Maybe even by tomorrow morning, we could see a tropical depression, as you can see right over here, and it's expected to still make that west northwestward track at around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Winds at around 20 to 25 knots, as you can see right over here. Not even a tropical depression sustained, maybe even not even 30-mile-per-hour winds yet, as you can see right over here. And as we look at the current storms, and we look at what it actually looks like and what is going on, you can see 25 knots. Gusts is not available right now. We do have a pressure around 1,010 millibars, as you can see right over here. And as you can see, most of the models, this is the model from tropicaltidbits.com. You can see most of the models are taking it throughout the Caribbean into the through the Leeward Islands, and most models are saying a stronger system move northwestward and becoming a fish storm into the subtropical regions right over here. As you can see right over here, we have another model, just the GFS model. We are seeing most of the models taking it northwestward, becoming a stronger system. But if it moves throughout the Caribbean into through the Leeward Islands, we do see a weaker system. But if it moves northwestward, we could see a stronger system, not affecting anybody. Maybe if you come in a fish storm, maybe bringing some high tides to Bermuda, maybe some gusty winds, some rainfall, but not expected to affect them, and not expected to affect them impactfully, like powerfully, as this storm is expected to gain strength as of the GFS model. But as of right now, I do not expect this to become a Category 2, Category 3 hurricane like the GFS model is saying right now. It is still June, and then even though the ocean temperatures are warm, as it moves northwest, it is expected to encounter some cooler waters, but it's expected to move northwest or into some cooler waters and expected to a strengthening. So GFS model is kind of exaggerating the storm to become even stronger, as you can see right over here. Now, if you take a look at this is another model. This is the model I just showed you guys, but most of the models do take it throughout the Leeward Islands into the Caribbean, becoming a weaker tropical storm, maybe a tropical depression, as you can see right over here. The GFS model, this is the GFS model thanks to tropicaltidbits.com. As you can see, this is where it is right now. And as you can see, let's look at a closer view of the system. This is the tropical Atlantic. There we go. We have the Leeward Islands. There goes the Eastern Caribbean right up here, the northern tip of South America. And there goes Invest 92L. And as the track goes on, we can see it becoming maybe a tropical storm by Wednesday midweek, June 21st, a couple of days from now. As you can see, we will have that disturbance with a 20% chance of developing within the next 7 days from the National Hurricane Center developing right over here, following behind it. And as you can see right over here, it is expected to make that northwestward track and towards the subtropical regions near Bermuda. As you can see, we could see some rainfall within the northern tip of the Leeward Islands. As you can see, whatever, bringing some much needed rain. They do need a lot of rain, as you can see right over here. We could see a Category 2 hurricane from the GFS model. More than likely, that's not going to happen. As you can see right over here, most models are exaggerating the GFS model. As you can see, whatever European models and other models are saying something totally different. And as you can see right over here, it is moving towards a little bit inching closer to the Bermuda, bring some heavy rainfall maybe to Bermuda. Again, this is way too far out. This is June 27th, as you can see right over here. This is about 8 to 9 days later, as you can see right here. And as you can see, it's not expected to develop within the next couple of days. Then we have that disturbance at the National Hurricane Center is watching, expected to dissipate within the next couple of days. As I said, this disturbance has just been notified by the National Hurricane Center. We do not have detail on the disturbance. We just know that it could develop a 20% chance of developing within the next couple of days, and is expected to slowly get better organized within the next couple of days also. But we are watching Invest 92L. The GFS model is saying it could be a Category 2, Category 3 hurricane moving northwestward into the subtropical regions, as you can see right over here. European model is saying something totally different. As you can see, the European model is saying it could stay weak until maybe a tropical depression right over here. As it moves inches closer to the Leeward Islands, we could see a tropical storm, maybe tropical depression, low end tropical storm Brett, as you can see, whatever. Regardless if it does develop, it will be Brett, and if that disturbance that has a 20% chance of developing that has just emerged off the west coast of Africa, that could be Cindy, but more than likely, Invest 92L will become Brett before that disturbance with a 20% chance of developing within the next 2 days develops. As you can see right over here, it is not actually taking it north. It is expected to move straight through the Leeward Islands, moving into the Caribbean, bringing some heavy rainfall, some gusty winds as maybe a tropical storm, a tropical depression, but not expected to become a hurricane. As you can see, the European model is saying a weaker system, but moving throughout the Caribbean into the Leeward Islands, as you can see right over here. So, stronger the system, more northward it's going to go. The weaker the system, like the European model is seeing, the more it's going to move throughout. The more probability is probably move throughout the Leeward Islands into the Caribbean, as you can see right over here. And this is the European model. As you can see, look at the moisture. They are dealing with some dry air above it, just north of it. And as you can see, there goes the high pressure, and that is expected to weakening the GFS model. But the European model is still seeing that high pressure staying around, keeping the system to the south, as you can see right over here, as a weak tropical depression, maybe even a weak tropical storm, maybe tropical storm Brett, and then moving towards the Leeward Islands. Not even expected to move northwest, as you can see right over here, like the GFS model is taking it. Now, the GFS model is more aggressive with this becoming a major hurricane, as you can see right over here. The European model was tracking a tropical disturbance as of June 22nd, but the GFS model maybe see a Category 1 hurricane moving straight northwest into the subtropical region, maybe near Bermuda, bringing some high tide, maybe some heavy waves, and maybe some rainfall, some gusty winds, as you can see due to those outer bands of the system. The system does like become much larger than what the European model is seeing, and much better organized, as you can see right over here. And as you look at the wind shear where this Invest 92L is. The wind shear is good. We do dealing with some stronger wind shear, just kind of northwest of the system. But as it moves west towards Leeward Island, the wind shear is expected to pick up. As you can see right over here, that's why I don't really expect this to become a strong tropical storm, maybe in a hurricane, because the wind shear is expected to become much stronger as we get into the next couple of days as it inches towards the Leeward Islands, as you can see right over here. But overall, the ocean is warm. This is the ocean heat content as of right now. We are dealing with some warmer and deeper oceans as this over the system is expected to move at the Invest 92L and that disturbance right over here, but has a low chance of developing. And as of right now, we are not worried about that system right around now. We are worried about Invest 92L. Basically, has a 100% chance of developing within the next 2 to 7 days. And as it moves west into those warmer and deeper waters, it is expected to intensify, as you can see right over here from the GFS model. The European model keeps it at the low tropical depression, maybe even tropical storm Brett. Doesn't even look like it could become a hurricane, as you can see right over here. But throughout the Caribbean, throughout the main development regions, dealing with some very warm waters and very, very deep warm waters, as you can see right over here. And as we look, this is the Eastern Pacific. But as you look where that disturbance is in the Eastern Pacific, it is expected to move northwest into some cooler waters. That's why it is unfavorable for that system to develop. Now, if all these waters were warm, at least 27 degrees to 26 degrees Celsius or above, we could see this develop. But due to that wind shear and that cooler waters in this area right over here, where that disturbance in the Eastern Pacific is expected to move in, it is not expected to develop. That's why it has a 10% chance of developing within the next 2 to 7 days now. As you look, overall, the ocean temperatures throughout the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico Caribbean are above average, of the 1 to 3 degrees above average. You can see the Eastern Pacific right over here are dealing with some above average ocean temps, and where that the disturbances, we are expected to move northwest, as you can see right over here, into some cooler waters. That's why we do not expect that system to develop, as you can see right over here. But overall, we are talking about Invest 92L, which has a higher threat of impacting the Leeward Islands in the Caribbean within the next couple of days or so. If the GFS European model is right and the GFS model uh, overall, the GFS model does take it north into those subtropical regions. We are dealing with some cooler water, so as it moves north, it will be interacting with some cooler water. As you can see, most where that Invest 92L is and that disturbances that has just emerged off the west coast of Africa, you can see the ocean waters are very, very warm, above average ocean waters throughout this region right over here. So we're dealing with 1 to 3 degrees above average right now. And as you look over here, windy.com, and this is where the ocean temps, we do have that H was high, and there goes that low pressure system right over here dealing with some warm waters. As you can see right here, the waters are favorable enough for this system to develop. We are just dealing with some wind shear as it moves towards the closer to Leeward Island. That wind shear is supposed to become heavier and stronger, as you can see right over here. So that might rip the storm apart, making the storm only a tropical depression, maybe even tropical storm. GFS model is kind of exaggerating the storm. It is way too early in the season for us to be seeing a major hurricane, as you can see right over here. But the ocean waters are warm, and it is expected to move into the warm ocean waters. As you can see, this storm looks like right around now. As you could look at the models, as you can see, let's go to a different model. Uh, as you can see, within the next couple of days, it is expected to move across the regions. The main development region moving west and is edging closer west. And as you can see, the models does take it. This is Wednesday. Uh, you can see we could see a stronger system, as you can see right over here. We're itching closer to the Leeward Islands, and we do see it moving into the Caribbean. So most models does take it into the Caribbeans, maybe as a weak tropical storm, high end tropical depression, bringing some heavy rainfall, much needed rainfall for the Leeward Islands. We are dealing with a drought, as you can see right over here, but we are dealing with some dry air. That high pressure system is leaving them very, very dry right over here now, as you can see right over here. So intensity overall, we do expect this system. Most of the models are saying the system could come a category 1, category 2 hurricane, but if it does, I will keep you guys updated. But as of right now, I do not see that happening. As you can see right over here, we do see this becoming a tropical storm, maybe tropical storm Brett, as you can see right over here. So if this does develop, it will be tropical storm Brett. That's our next named system. Arlene has just developed in the Gulf of Mexico, not a couple weeks ago. A very short-lived, weak tropical storm, not affecting anybody, as you can see right over here. So if this does develop, I will keep you guys updated. And as of right now, the active Atlantic is getting busier, as you can see. Whatever, we already have two disturbances. One with a 10% chance of developing within the next 48 hours, and 20% chance of developing within the next 7 days, and one with a 90% chance of developing within the next 2 to 7 days. And if it does develop, I will keep you guys updated. There, both are expected to move west towards here, but this system we do not know yet. It has just been plotted by the National Hurricane Center. So if this does develop, I will keep you guys updated. And it's expected to move. They are moving at the same speed as you can see due to those easterly trade winds pushing these storms. And soon the GFS model does see that the high pressure does take that toll up northern to those subtropical regions, Invest 92L, maybe even Brett, as you can see right over here. So I will keep you guys updated. As you can see, this is what it looks like. Again, look at the water vapor imagery right over here. It looks very, very impressive right now. It looks very, very organized than what it did right over here. You can see it is getting very, very organized. We do have some dry air around it, but look at disturbance number 2 in the Eastern Pacific. Not East Pacific, but the Atlantic, the Eastern Atlantic, as you can see right over here, has just emerged off the west coast of Africa with a 20% chance of developing within the next 7 days. So, as you can see right over here, we are surprised that the main development is just happening in the main development region. We usually don't see development within the main development region. Like I said, right over here, this chart that I just showed you guys right over here, if I could go to it, we usually see development within the Gulf of Mexico and the eastern coast of the United States. We do not see development within the main development region. As you can see right over here, it is way too early. So if this does develop, I will keep you guys updated, and this will be in the books. It is 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time, June 18th, 2023. Sorry, this came out a little bit late. I was at work, but I will keep you guys updated if this does develop right around now. There's a 90% chance of developing within the next 2 days. So we could see a tropical depression or tropical storm within the next day or so. So I will keep you guys updated. Right now, the winds at around 20 knots, as around 25, 23 miles per hour, 25 knots actually, as you can see right over here. Go to current storms, and I will show you guys what this system is looking like. This system is locations around 10.4 degrees north, 35.7 degrees west, winds at around 25 knots, close to 30 miles per hour. As you can see, whatever pressure still at around 1,010 millibars. So I will keep you guys updated. You can see the system is getting better organized. The ocean temperatures are warm where the system is. Like I said, it is expected to stay warm, but the wind shear is expected to increase where that Invest 92L is expected to go. As you can see right over here, it is getting better organized, like I said. And I thank you all for watching my video, and I'll see you all in the next video.